Hey chess friends, my name is Sprout, and welcome back to the road to 1400. This is day 3. Day 2 was spent in isolation, in complete isolation, in deep study. Yeah, that's exactly what happened. Exactly, I'm sticking to that. We are at 1306 rapid, and we're ready to get back today. If we had to, we're ready. Because we've won the last 9 rapid games in a row. So if we do lose one, it's okay. But if we don't, and we make it 10 in a row, I don't know, there could be popcorn, dark chocolate even, coffee. There's gonna be coffee either way. Let's get a game started and see what happens. We have the white pieces against a 1295. Let's go ahead and play d4 and see what our opponent does. Our opponent is not playing a Jabava with us. Maybe they'll transition into one. We will see. They're most definitely not. This is looking kind of silly, so I can play my bishop to f4 in this situation and start pushing. That honestly doesn't look bad. I could just start pushing right now. They're not trying to take the center. So I could just push right now. Is there any reason I wouldn't push? I mean, I think it just looks good. We'll just go for it right now. Okay. So I think I'm just gonna go and push, because where are you going? Yeah, where are you going? Let's just push. I could see them maybe going over here, but then if they play their bishop here, their knight is just trapped. Okay, they swing it around there. And now what? I take and just double up your pawns? Are you really okay with that? That seems a little crazy. They're really saying they're okay me just taking and then having doubled pawns in the center. And having, like, no protection here? Seems a little weird. Seems strange. Well, I can't really develop this bishop anywhere good at all until this is off the board, so I think we're gonna take it off. That was strange. Alright. Now we have to figure out what to do as a continuation. Well, I definitely think knight to f3 isn't bad. Knight to f3 with a plan to move the bishop to g5, possibly. Especially if they move out of the way here, then that's just gonna equal a lot of pain. So let's just go ahead and do it. It also stops the queen from, you know, coming in. I don't know why the queen would come in there right now, but it stops some things. We have another case where our opponent is barely using any time whatsoever. Alright, so they've gone there. And I need to think. I need to think for a moment. I think we've induced enough over here. Let's just get more developed. Let's get developed, and we'll kind of figure out what to do from there, alright? So, I'm thinking in typical Jabava fashion, even though this is not a Jabava anymore, bishop to d3 I don't think can be wrong. We need to get more pieces developed either way. They are welcome to fianchetto their bishop to g7, where it's going to look at nothing at all. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's play our bishop out. Now we have, this looks bad for our opponent, right? We've got both of our bishops staring in this direction. Doesn't look great. So now, this is really an interesting position. I'd almost rather have them take and retake with my knight and then be looking a whole lot at g6. I mean, that just looks... Maybe get my queen in as well. That looks really bad. It definitely doesn't look good. And they haven't developed anything. They haven't developed any of their pieces yet at all. We're going to take a minute longer to kind of think and digest the situation, which I know might not make for really exciting YouTube, but, you know, sometimes chess is just thinking. Wow, that's the quote of the century right there, Sprout. Sometimes chess is thinking. Okay, good. Glad this is working out for us. And in my infinite thinking wisdom, I'm trying to think if it's better to castle kingside or to get this bishop out of the way and maybe think about castling queenside. Usually in this sort of situation, when there's not already a bishop over here, it is in fact better to castle queenside. But I might just get castled kingside right now and just, again, if they take here, I'm okay with that. I really don't know how, like, and then takes here, retakes, takes with the bishop, moves it, like, that all looks horrible. So I think I'm going to just go ahead and castle and invite them to just do all of that, if they want to. It doesn't look good for my opponent. Okay, they take, but don't I just retake now and I've got my attack going? And your king is still in the center? Like, what are you doing? Okay, but now I just take there and then retake and then get in with my queen though, don't I? Like, that, okay, we need to calculate some because that looks horrible. That really looks horrible. How are they defending against all that, right? I just don't know how they are. And I also can swing my rook around? No, this has to be right. This has to 100% be right. There's no way on Earth this can be wrong, says Sprout. Yeah. And if I'm wrong, feel free to call me out in the comments. But this, I do not believe is wrong. This cannot be wrong. You're at least going to lose your rook. And by the way, your king is wide open right now. And if you don't, like, if you move your rook out of the way, this is coming. And how are you supposed to block that, right? You're not. I mean, that's just... This is just crazy. They kind of have to take now. They have to take and hope that my calculation is off. But, yeah, it's definitely not good. So I'm arguing, of course, so I would not recommend a beginning level player under 1,000 to do this. I wouldn't recommend me do this most of the time. I'm crazy. I don't know what I'm thinking today. I'm thinking I'm going to win. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I think I'm going to win, guys. I think I am. And if I'm wrong, then I'm wrong. And we'll all learn something together. We'll learn that I'm a dummy. Yep. Okay, there we go. Okay, that also looks bad, though, because I just go in there. How do you defend against that? What is, huh? What are you doing? Okay, I guess, I mean, that, congrats, works. I think, I could swing around way over here, couldn't I? And then what are you doing? Maybe then... Do I have anything there? Because I swing around like that, then your queen's gonna have to go back this way. And then maybe I take, and then throw in this afterwards. Yeah. So that looks really interesting. Again, I mean, I think you're gonna have to block with your queen. It's just how, you know, how does it work out? And then I can always come in, you know, afterwards and give checkmate there. So, you know, again, I might have calculated wrong, but I think I'm gonna try going for it. Well, at least give myself a little bit of time to think. They will probably have to block somehow. And we'll kind of see what happens then. I think that's a decent way to block. I guess if that happens, we still have to... I don't want to trade on those sort of terms, so if that happens, we have to go back around here. But they go there instead. Okay, but then can't I go here? And that looks like a problem. I mean, you can take, but isn't that just... that's pretty bad. I guess then they can still go up here. Or we can just go in right now. Yeah, we can go in right now, I suppose, right? And it's... Oh, of course. What am I doing? I'm trying to move my queen to a square that it doesn't even... It's not even on. That's not gonna work. Oh, that's not gonna work at all. That is not working. Alright, so I think we're going to have to fall back and make the argument that they are still in a dangerous spot. The question is where to fall back to. We can fall back to there, and I really do want to get my, my rook over. So I guess that's an option. It's for sure an option, and it keeps things, it keeps kind of the threat over there. Otherwise, I'd pull back somewhere else. I think this keeps the threats alive. So I think I'm gonna go here. And, I mean, they can take. They can... Definitely they can... Well, no, they can't take. My eyes are not working today. Queen's on this diagonal. Well, they can take there. But, if you do go taking there, then I think... Then I can get in here, and that's looking kind of scary. I need to get more pieces developed. I think just getting my my rook developed is going to help. So far, what have we learned? We've learned I am a dumb internet red panda. I did not calculate correctly, and now we are just down a piece. We have a little bit of compensation. You could argue, I'd like to argue it, that my king is safer. But beyond that, we don't really have a lot. We do not have an awful lot. If they do take there, I do think I kind of have to play rook to e1 if allowed. I need to get this bishop out as well. I mean, technically I could... I can't really... do too much. Nope, do not pre-move that. Don't pre-move that. I guess I could play bishop to f8. I mean, I suppose they could. And then that does stop me from going to e1 with my, well, yeah, it does. If only this was covered. I guess if they go bishop here, I guess I'd just sidestep and go here and look at these 2 pawns, you know? Granted, this one is defended right now, but it's something. As I said, this was going to be the game to give back. Oh, okay, they're going there? Okay. But I think I can just go here now and defend that and threaten b7, which looks pretty interesting, I think. That definitely helps. I mean, again, I need to get more pieces out, but I think going here doesn't actually help me right now, because if they move out here, then it's just, you know, I can't really do that. So I think I have to do this, because if I move right here, I'm defending this, I'm threatening this, which comes with check, and I'm threatening that. So I've got a lot of threats here with this move. So I suppose queen can take there now, but then I can take here, and that doesn't look great. Queen's defending on that side. That's a move. But now I think I can just move here. Then again, if I move there, I suppose there's here. Move my rook up to e8. Then a trade happens. I don't know if I'm really a huge fan of that. I could go over here instead, which they could block there, and then that gives me nothing at all really on that front, because it's, yeah, I don't know, I don't like that. But I think I have here first, and then I have queen to f3 maybe afterwards. I think if I go here, I'm looking at that, I'm looking at this, I'm looking beyond that at this. I'm pretty sure that gives me some chances. And of course, if I can get my queen to here, I can get my bishop to there, and that'll be a checkmate. So we do have some options. Okay. Now we'll go ahead and move here, threaten this. And we'll ask them what they want to do. I suppose there is moving there. That's a possibility. And if they do, I guess I can... Well, what can I do? Because if they move here, I can't really... I mean, I can't go in here. I can't sack either, as much as I'd love to just sack right there. I don't want to actually sack everything. And I still need to get this bishop developed and try to give some more threats. Now, if they move there, I could threaten like this. He moves there, takes I can't. That'd be silly of me. So we're just gonna have to see what they do. Is there anything else I can do if they move there? Like, realistically, is there anything else that I can do? That's gonna be, that's bad, though. That's really bad. Because I can just move there, and then take you out. I mean, that's pretty bad, isn't it? That's horrible. Oh, of course I did it wrong, too. Yeah, this is not my game. I'm not playing it well, am I? Not playing it well. Let's go... I can't even do that, because they'll take. So it's definitely a little bit interesting. I can move here, I guess. I think at the very least I might have a stalemate that I can do. Which, do I want to win on a stalemate? Well, I mean, it's not winning, it's a stalemate. So, but do I want a stalemate over losing completely? Yeah, that would be great. Okay, now to see if I can do anything else. I could do that. Ooh, we could do that. Give a discovered check and go over here. Oh, wow, that might work. I'm down so much material, but at least then I'm going for something. Yeah, let's do that. At least then I'm going for, you know, I actually have a checkmate threat. I can go here, I can take. I can take here. Oh, jeez. That's crazy. Okay, well, I'll take here at least, right? So I'll at least take something. Alright, so at least we're even, you know? And now here... It's a lot of takes that I don't like in this situation. And I still don't have enough of my pieces in. Seeing if there's anything else I can do, and I think it's getting near the end of the road. I think the only thing I can really do is move here and accept a queen trade, and then maybe I can go there and do some threats and get my rook out. But it does look pretty dire at this point if I happen to give up my to give up my queen. It looks pretty dire. And there's nowhere else that I can really go to keep the bishop. I mean, I can move down here. Yeah, I can move there, but that's not really helping me. Because then it's just a fork, and that looks horrible. So I think the best thing I can do right now is get a queen trade. At least then it's going to be 2 rooks and a bishop versus 2 bishops and a rook. So that's going to be not ideal. And I still need to get this bishop off the starting square. I really think they have to take this queen trade now. If they didn't, I feel like I'll have a pretty big advantage if they don't take it. Okay. The real question is, how do I want to deal with this, right? I think we're gonna have to go here to threaten. They'll go down here, of course, and then we can probably just go back here, and it's probably we're hanging on for now. Oh, they can't go here anyway. What am I thinking? So that'll force them to move. And they still are going to have a time against 2 bishops. I have to imagine 2 bishops will give me some chances. Because, yeah, like right now, that's just a blundered rook, so... Yeah, that's what you call a blundered rook, baby! Okay, well, that actually doesn't solve the problem of it's still a blundered rook. Yeah, They tried to get cute. They're like, I'm going to take both their bishops, but you're still in line of fire, my guy. This comes with check. Okay. And that's going to be difficult because I'm going after this pawn next, and that also comes with check. And then if you're not careful, this rook is going goodbye, so yeah, you really gotta be careful now. I only wish I had a dark squared bishop so I could really threaten that rook. So, there we go. We'll just mop up some pawns now. Interesting. Interesting. Well, I'm gonna probably take that pawn. Can't think of anything better to do, really. I mean, checkmate would be nice. I'd like checkmate, but I think taking the pawn at least is something. Yeah, I think it's something. And let's see. I think well, they could go for all of that. No, not really. So I think we'll go here. Just to defend the back rank mate. Because that doesn't seem too nice of our friend here. Okay, well, one of those is defended. So, ooh, you know what? Oh, it's almost... No, I was looking at some sort of way to get a free... you know, take a free knight from that with this bishop, but there isn't any way right now, though I would love it. Excuse me. Maybe if we go here, I do want to keep these on light squares, so at least there, and then I can come around, swing around and deal with it if I have to. Maybe then I can get my king in the game this way. Does that seem crazy? I think it sounds absolutely just insane. But there's no other way I'm seeing to defend both, so let's do that. And, ooh, this is really interesting. I could also defend both this way, and I'm not sure if that really... I'm not sure. So we're going to take a moment. We're going to take one moment, and we're going to think about it. I don't like going here in that it really doesn't give my my bishop much scope, but I do like getting my king out this way. I wish I had something more over here, like I had enough time to just give a checkmate or something, but I don't. So I think this would lock everything down. So let's do that. Well, that's good. That is pretty good. So I am going to lose a pawn there, and then I'm going to have to go off to the side. But then I think they lose a pawn if they really want to go through with that. So I don't know if that's a great move. I could also move down to here, and then if they... well, no. They're going to take this way. But I can take here with check if that's the case. Maybe I get something off of that? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, let's go here. If they take with the rook, that'd be really bad. If they take with the bishop, I mean, if they take with the rook, it'd be bad for them. If they take with the bishop, it's... I move my king into the corner. It's not really bad for me. It's just not great for me either. Okay, so that's good. But now I think you are, you're definitely on a square that I can provoke, which looks good. So, yeah, you're going to have to figure out what to do there. Now, granted, they can move there, and then if I play here, they can always, well, I mean, they can always do something. I'm still looking at, you know, if stalemate possibilities if we have to go down that route. So I imagine they have to go there with their... Well, no, yeah, they have to go there. They have to stay near this pawn. That's their problem. They have to stay next to that pawn. And that's kind of their downfall. Because if this pawn falls, I think that's going to be horrible for them. Okay. So they go that way instead. I can't give check there, which is really smart from for them. So I cannot do anything there with giving a check. I could go here and then give a check, which does allow them to do something down here. Most of my pawns are on dark squares, though, which is good. Sorry, most of my pieces are on light squares. I have a couple pawns in dark squares, which is not really helping in that front. And unfortunately, that doesn't help me at all. So I think I'm going to have to go over here and just give up that pawn. And we'll see what they want to take with. But I imagine they have to be looking at this. I mean, I don't think it's a checkmate for them. I would say it's annoying. It's definitely annoying for me to have to deal with. And really, the only thing I can't do is I can't go to G2 if they take with the bishop, because that allows for some discoveries. Although even then, you could argue there's nowhere that they can put this bishop to, like, open up a discovery and actually hurt me in some way, you know? So for that reason, maybe I do just, they take and then... But that's not really helping me either. I don't know if it matters if I move to H1 or G2 in that sort of situation. If they take with the rook, it definitely would matter. Okay, well, I'd have to think this would be the move. And I'd have to imagine moving there isn't too bad. I could get into a situation, too, where if only I could get the king and the rook on the light squares. The rook is already on it, which is really nice. But I'm not seeing anything that I can do immediately. I can threaten here. That'll leave them to probably try to move up and save it. But it doesn't help me. It doesn't really help me at all. And this is a horrible bishop at the moment, and I can't move it even here because, like, yeah, I just can't. So that makes it really difficult. And I feel like the king can always go there. Although, maybe that's okay. That could be okay. Well, I need to speed it up. I don't have enough time, so I'm going to move here and threaten here. you know, they can take here, in which case I probably will go there, actually. I would, you know, I'd love to see the king going there. That'd be just fine with me if if they want to do that. That could be pretty good. Because if the king did go there, I'd be able to give it a check here. I mean, it's kind of forced back in that sort of situation. I don't really have the ability to give checkmate right now. And I don't think they have direct ability either to give checkmate. Just yet, anyway. Okay, so they block that way, which is actually fine. Maybe I can go around here and go there. Which looks crazy, but not 100% crazy. Just 50% crazy. Yeah, this is still on the table. And I'm not really sure. I do see a possibility where they could take, and then I will go here, and that could be amazing. Either way, I think no matter what, if they take this at this point, because their king is lined up, that's an amazing tactic, you know, that I can use. Because then I could get possibly into a situation where it's an endgame and I'm a bishop up. Okay, so they're saying no to that, which is annoying. So I feel like now I do have to go here. Yeah, I go there, they go there. It's not really too compelling in terms of, like, my advantage. Because I don't really have any advantage then. Yeah, I can't go there. We will go here. But, yeah, that really doesn't leave me a whole lot. So I will have to go here, they'll go here. I guess then at the very least I can maybe swing around and target that pawn, just go pawn grabbing. Okay, we'll just stay there. And looks like that's a draw. Okay. It's going to be really interesting to analyze this game and see if we could have gone for better. But I think we played this game pretty bad. I think we had some decent finds, but we also, our calculation skills were not on point on this one. So let's just go ahead and take a quick look and see what Fishy says. Are we a fish? I don't even have to ask that. We're not a fish today. No way. Yeah, we are not a fish. At 69.1%, we are not a fish at all. We did have a brilliant move, so possibly our sacrifice was indeed good, and we just played it like a dummy. Let's start the game review and find out, and we'll see what we can learn from this. So far, we can learn that this is a messy game if we look at the graph. We'll just go through everything. This part was correct. Taking, though, was an inaccuracy. This was all good. And taking there was brilliant. We were just dummies. We were just a dumb internet red panda that couldn't figure out how to finish the job. Yep. Oh well. So this was all good. But playing there was a mistake because, of course, it just allowed the queen to get involved right away. It probably would have been better to play, well, let's think. I think this would have been better. Okay, so we should have started with rook to e1, which, of course, that makes perfect sense. At the very least now, we are threatening to win a queen. Yeah, I think that's the main takeaway, is just that we goofed it up right here. We had an amazing attack. It was good. We just made the mistake here of getting into a situation where they could trade off queens with us. And then we said no to that, and, you know, as you can see from the game review, it was all over from there, but, well, it was all over the place. Not all over. It was up and down and all over the place, but we didn't have to allow any of that to happen. We had the initiative, we had it right here, we just had to find it. Alright, well, that's going to do it for today. If you enjoyed the video, please be sure to leave a like and subscribe. And thanks for tuning in. I'll see you in the next video. Alright, bye-bye!